Good morning to each and everyone present here and our esteemed guest. Here's the first session of the day, which is on history of HPMF and the roadmap ahead. And the speakers we have for today's session on HPMF is Mr. Mohsn Deshpande, Dr. Sanjay Goyal, and Dr. Nitin Shankar Nagrale. Mr. Mohsn Deshpande is chairman of Hospitality Purchasing Manager Forum. Mr. Mohsn Deshpande has been veteran in hospitality procurement for over 45 years. He worked with Oberoi Group of Hotels, the Lalit Mumbai, Marriott Group of Hotels, and Mumbai Cricket Club. Mr. Deshpande has been recognized by several organizations with esteem awards, with Lifetime Achievement Awards and Legend of Industry Award. He also is considered as Dronacharya of the Fraternity members. Dr. Sanjay Goyal is the Vice Chairman of Hospitality Purchasing Manager Forum. He has hands-on experience in cost optimization, product development, and vendor relationship management. Dr. Sanjay Goyal has been recently appointed as co-chairman National Council Tourism and Hospitality of AHLEI. Dr. Nitin Shankar working with Quality New Zealand as CEO India and Emerging Markets since February 2020. Dr. Nitin Shankar Nagrale various throughout his career, which includes Top 50 Innovators 20, Dr. Abdul Kalam Lifetime Achievement Award 8, and more. He is the first person in the world to have completed certified manager certification course from American Hotel and National Institute. Over to you, our esteemed speakers.
Thank you, everyone, for joining in, and thank you, Aajjo.com, for organizing this World Hospitality Expo. So the objective of this session is absolutely casual chit chat, wherein today we will be telling you what was the thought behind creating HPMF, what we have done so far, and what we wish to do in near future. I have two of my mentors, my father, Mr. Mohsn Deshpande, and my very dearly respected Dr. Sanjay Goyal, who's always there on anything and everything which we need, not just at professional level, but for personal level. It's always been pleasure to coordinate and talk to Deshpande Saab and Goyal Saab. And we have become a big family since last several years. Though I know Deshpande Saab over 20 years now, and Goyal Saab for little around 20 years. But then it's been like generations. We know each other. We share good camaraderie among ourselves, and we have mutual respect for all of us. So today, Deshpande Saab and Goyal Saab, I'm going to be taking you back to those 11, 12 years, wherein we were just thinking about creating something called, so though there was no name, but we wanted to create a small association. We initially felt that we'll call it association for development of procurement professionals, because we felt that there was nothing which was available in the industry, and we had that first mover advantage. So we went into, so there was a lot of discussion which initially happened with Goyal Saab, wherein he said, yeah, we must come together, help each other, we must talk to each other. So we felt that, and then we approached Deshpande Saab, and because Deshpande Saab was then working at the
MCA.
MCA, and he had worked with Lalit, with Xerox, with Oberoi, and many other hotels. So we got together and we created this association, a forum called HPMF. So over to you, Deshpande Saab. If you can tell us, how did it go? It was 11 years ago. What was the reason for we creating something called HPMF?
Yeah. I will give you a small speech, so everybody will be knowing how we came and taken this decision. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As the chairman of the Hospitality Purchasing Manager Forum, I extend a warm welcome to all of you at the virtual World Hospitality Expo. Before I begin, I hope you all are doing well and taking all necessary precautions during the pandemic. We must do everything in our control to restrict the spread of virus. Please stay safe and take care. Hospitality Purchasing Manager Forum is a consortium of like-minded purchasing managers from the hospitality industry, representing star hotels, catering companies, standalone restaurant chains, and airlines. It believes in the power of networking and sharing of work experience with each other. There is a well-known proverb, necessity is the mother of invention, and something similar happens with led to the birth of HPMF. I received a call from my successor at the Intercontinental the Grand to understand the procedure for importing wine. To my utter surprise, he was unable to process despite working in the industry for a long time. This got me thinking. I reached out to the like-minded individual like Dr. Sanjay Goyal and Dr. Nitin Nagrale. We all believe in the importance of collective approach, power of networking, and putting in our work experience together. We had our first meeting in March 2010 at Mumbai, which led to the birth of HPMF. We had our first event on 26th November 2010, and only 100 members have attended and have grown to a strength of over 6,000 members spread across India, Dubai, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. When I started my career in the hospitality industry, there were no formal education institutes or bodies to assist. Everyone working in their organization were working in silos. I was the first purchase manager who lent material and supplies to fellow managers from different hotels and received the favor in return because of our network. I have believed in the importance of network to get the right products through the right chain of supplies. After all, efficient supply chain means profitability. Hospitality Purchasing Manager Forum was initiated with a vision of exchanging procurement knowledge, network, all under one roof. It was created to help amateur procurement managers gain the supplementary advantage of trained and senior procurement professionals. We have arranged for factory visits to give young professionals first-hand information about the manufacturing process. We believe complete information of the procurement helps you negotiate better. After all, penny saved is a penny earned.
Absolutely.
The forum is solely a non-profit organization with a clear vision of creating stronger backbone for the hospitality business. We created this so every new entrant to the supply chain will have a hand to hold available to him on the very first day without having a fear of doing mistakes or wasting time after silly activities. Imagine a school of procurement that not just gets you the job, but also train you on every level of your career. A famous author once said, and I quote, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." And today, we still have a long way to go in nurturing our dream. Of course, mine, Sanjay Goyal and Nitin Nagrale, nurturing our dream of becoming pioneer in the field of hospitality while addressing the quantitative and qualitative needs of the industry. Thank you for your time and have a great day ahead.
Thank you, Deshpande Saab. I am listening to you after 2 years. So you gave your last speech in Grand Hyatt Kochi, and after that,
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that's a brilliant. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for putting this in such a simple manner that now we understand the thought behind HPMF. Over to you, Dr. Goyal, wherein if you can add some more information, wherein what was the reason and how did we form, and then what's happening?
Yeah, yes. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to join this great session, and I think it's a brilliant idea to take the fraternity through the journey of 11 years. You know, it. I still remember vividly. We were 5, 6 of us meeting in Mr. Deshpande's office in MCA in the basement and discussing. And there was a lot of debate about the name, which I remember. And Nitin was very particular. No, it has to be HPMF. It sounds good. It sounds beautiful. And so it was something like, in Bombay, maybe 10, 15, 20 odd purchasing managers. We will talk to each other, share knowledge. And that was a small little thought, nothing beyond Bombay at that time. And so it happened in a very small way. We never had any big vision at that time. We just thought we will help each other, call up each other, and share knowledge of about Bombay, nothing beyond Bombay, in fact. And then this small event happened on 26th November, which is our anniversary day, foundation day, 26th November 2010 at JW Marriott. So journey so far has been beautiful. It has been for me, it has been a very emotional journey, and more than anything else, knowledge sharing and all that, we have become a big family. It's a big parivar. We have, as Deshpande said, we have got so many friends who have become family. Some of them in Nepal, somewhere, anywhere, any part of the country, we can go and find friends.
Yeah, seriously.
The Nitin goes there, he will go to Shimla and he will just call up and there will be 5 people landing there. It feels so good that, the power of networking, power of sharing, and more than the association, I would not call it association. It is actually like a family. And that is the differentiation of HPMF with any other forum or association. We are little ahead of the association in terms of culturally, we are like a parivar, we are like a family. So that has happened. And over a period of time, it has grown. And the way to put it between 3 of us is, I always feel there is a blessing of Mr. Deshpande every time, everything what we do. And Nitin brings in his energy and his execution skills. And this collaboration has brought us, 3 of us, to bring the HPMF where it is today. So Deshpande Saab is a kind of visionary. He gives us blessings. He gives us guidance. Sometimes he gets a little upset. So we take learning from it. That
बड़ी डांट मिलती है सर.
डांट भी पड़ती है थोड़ा हमारे को. But overall, as Nitin said, we have a huge camaraderie between 3 of us. We respect each other. We love each other. We are like family to each other. We can call each one 24/7. No need to check whether should I call, should I not call.
So I want to stop you here and say, tell the world that Dr. Goyal had a habit of sleeping around 9:30 before we met. So he would go to bed around that time, and then his phone either was switched off or not, definitely DND. And then slowly and steadily, we have got him into an action wherein now we can even call him around 11:30. I take the liberty of doing that, and he answers. And in fact, a few years ago, he mentioned that we have changed my sleeping habit. Now, in fact, I take your call at that time, which was not the case. So he mentioned that Mr. Deshpande's blessings and my execution skills, but he hasn't mentioned the ideas and creative mind and anything and everything which we are doing today is all hats off to Dr. Goyal. His vision is absolutely brilliant. He's the one who's gotten the book which we have got for the industry, the hospitality procurement practices. That was his vision, wherein he got a book for the industry. We created a manual on behalf of the industry. Hats off to Dr. Goyal, wherein we created a manual for the food safety, hygiene. Last year, we in fact introduced that. We created a lot of policies, procedures, best practices, formats. Great that Dr. Goyal has been able to give his time and energy. In fact, he's a mentor to many of us. There are a lot of industry leaders would agree with me that wherever Dr. Goyal has worked, he's created leaders, not just employees who work in procurement, but people who also train others and also ensure that the industry gets benefited. So I'm thankful that I know both of you, Dr. Goyal and Deshpande Saab, that industry needed people like you. He called Mr. Deshpande as Dronacharya because he's absolutely selfless. He just when he was working and when we would call him, he would be able to support us in anything and everything. In fact, he would go up to the extent of calling the supplier and telling that, oh, Nitin needs help, please go and help him. So that was the case then. Today, now the next question to both of you is, how do you see the world today before HPMF and after HPMF? So, Deshpande Saab, over to you. You have worked before HPMF, and now the HPMF has gotten in the industry, wherein there's a lot of respect which has come into the industry. So, what do you think? What's your opinion and comment about this?
See, before HPMF, it was very difficult to procure the material or find out the new suppliers because nothing is available. So you have to work hard. You have to find where are the suppliers, where is the material available. But slowly, because of a yellow page, we get some information. There, it was really some sort of relaxation. Then we got a just dial, and we started getting the information from the just dial. But I will tell you, this present generation, they are very lucky. They have the Hospitality Purchasing Manager Forum. It is just like a Bible. Just you put something, we require A, you will get all A types of suppliers,
Right.
numbers of suppliers. In the Just Dial, you will get 3 or 4 suppliers, and it depends upon you. If you want the first name on the Just Dial, just you have to pay extra money to the Just Dial. But when you get a recommendation from your colleagues, your associate, that so and so item will be available with so and so person, so and so supplier, you go with this. So it is an authentic supplier. Need not to check his
Yeah.
quality, his background, and 100% you can trust and go for purchasing. It is very easy. There are a
Yeah,
lot of
so
change. There are a lot of change even before and now. The way the material used to supply and now the way material we are getting today, it is a fantastic change, drastic change.
I have a live example. We were in Chandigarh, and we were sitting with Mr. One gentleman. He is the Punjab CII head, and Nitin was explaining him about HPMF, and he said, "What HPMF? How do you help?" and all that stuff. And suddenly Nitin asked him, you tell us you want anything?" He said, "I'm looking for a vendor for paper glass," and the conversation was happening. In the meantime, Nitin had put in the message in the groups, and conversation went on. And then within seconds, Nitin could show. Nitin, you can add on to this
correct.
live
Yeah,
example.
correct. So so this gentleman owns a couple of hotels there in Chandigarh. So, and then a chairman of the hotel, big guy. So I'm not taking his name, but and then we were sitting and we were chatting. We had created a small event there, and we had gone to invite him. So when he said, "Oh, thank you for telling me what is HPMF, but how does it work?" And then just a random query we took that, okay, tell us what is the most an issue which you are finding. And then he says, I need some paper cups and glasses. And I said, okay. Within maybe 1 minute, maximum 60 seconds, we got more than 10 suppliers based in different parts of India. And I just showed it to him that you have this question and now you have these answers. And he couldn't believe. He says, oh my God, this is unbelievable. So what's good, as Deshpande was also saying, that these are you can straight away trust them because these are the industry suppliers. So obviously you would check the credibility on your own. You would take the pricing, you would check the quality. But then you don't need to worry whether he's supplying to the hospitality industry, whether he understands the quality and expectations of the hospitality industry. So that just straight away gets filtered, and you get those respectable, trustworthy supply partners who you can deal with. So I agree with you, Goyal Saab. It was a great learning. So can you tell me how is the life after HPMF, Goyal Saab?
Life has become, very vibrant, I would say. Each city we go there, we have got so many friends, so many fraternity, and it has become a larger family. It's not about only purchasing managers. Nitin has got database about 8,000 vendor partners, so they have become a family. We don't treat our vendors as a supplier. They are partners too. They are like family, extended family. Likewise, there are so many well-wishers, industry stalwarts who have become our mentors and guide, the hotel owners. There, all the media partners have supported us. All the event organizers, they have become a part of the extended family. They come and they wait for our events. So, some of them, they are themselves very big, but they wait for HPMF event to happen. They do their, Mr. Khanna, who is the CEO for BW Hotelier.
Mr. Bhunesh Khanna.
Yeah, Bhunesh Khanna. Nitin would say, and he said on a platform in one of the events, कि जिसने HPMF का convention नहीं देखा, उसने कुछ नहीं देखा. And yeah, and coming from a guy who does hold such a respected position, and they organize their events very tastefully. This guy coming up, and so this has become much larger family than what we had thought of. We had thought of that we will bring purchasing managers together, but over a period of time, so many well-wishers, whether it is media people, event organizers, all exhibitors, for example. And Nitin has got a great relationship with all the exhibitors in the country or outside the country, and that is that relationship is beyond just buyer and seller. So what I feel much richer today in terms of there are so many people we can just pick up a phone and talk, whether it is organizing an event, whether it is helping each other. Anybody needs any help, it's just a call away. Yeah. I think the life has changed. Earlier we were in silos, as Deshpande ji said, and today we are in a much larger, transparent world where we can see through each other. That's all I.
Yeah, for the benefit of audience, I also want to tell you it's beyond procurement. It's not just procurement. I can give several examples of blood donation which has been done. Several examples of people helping others in need. There was a drive wherein one of our members' daughter needed some funds, and it was like within 3 days he received what was needed. A gentleman based out of Goa. There was an example of one person's family member getting stuck in flood, and Rajesh Nair from Kerala coming out and helping him. So that was fabulous. I can give n number of examples which were not just procurement. Procurement is our forte. It's our bread and butter. But beyond that, we have become family, wherein people go to each other's houses now. They know each other's families, and there is so much of respect, as initially, as I said. So it's not just 3 of us, but most of us. We talk to each other, and then you go to a city, and then you are received like a king. That's fabulous. It's a great. I would say respect, which we get. In fact, Deshpande Saab, Goyal Saab would agree that when we travel together, and then I all of us feel like celebrities, wherein there is somebody or the other who comes up and says, "Sir, can I take a photo with you?" So that's really wonderful, and I really cherish those moments. So, Goyal Saab, I have a
Nitin, 1 minute.
Yes,
Nitin, 1 minute. Just I want to quote. See,
Yes,
after the HPMF, the gap between suppliers and purchase manager has come down very close, and now the suppliers are trusting purchase manager that they have the confidence that they will get the money also, payment. Previously, they never used to get a full payment, but they have that much trust. And I cannot believe if I go to any other state, suppliers, once we meet the supplier, they are calling, "Sab, हमारे घर में खाना खाने के लिए आओ." That is the relation which we developed just like a family.
You're
Yeah.
right, sir.
That is the plus
Absolutely.
point of the HPMF.
Correct. So, so the gap definitely has got reduced, and then similarly, the buyers also have started respecting others. So I have an example wherein I myself have experienced that a buyer mistreated a supplier, and I was really upset that how can you do that? I've great learnings from Deshpande Saab and Goyal Saab, wherein if you do not respect others, you don't get respect, and then you don't think that your seat and chair is everything. That's temporary, momentary. As soon as you leave your chair, your character is seen. So why not show your character when you're on the seat? So that those kind of learnings our own members have learned, and you would find a lot of difference between people who are members of HPMF, who are connected with us, and who have learned. In fact, the new generation of purchase professionals are so smart that it's easy for them to adapt technology, easy for them to learn new techniques. But then the जो संस्कार है वो घर से मिलता है, and that is what we get from Deshpande Saab and Goyal Saab, and people like Deshpande Saab and Goyal Saab. We have a very strong advisory board team. We have very strong the chapter heads team, and we have a lot of advisors within our team members who are really wonderful. I can name some: Dr. Rajnikant, Mr. Rahul Pandit, Major General Dilawar Singh Saab, Brigadier Bhasin Saab, Mr. Jairaj Singh, Mala Singh ma'am, Madhu Chandok ma'am, Usif Francis, Bharani Dharan, so many of them. If I'm missing many names, but then you might have heard these names for sure. They're all connected. They're all friends. They're all helping the industry to come up. Now we will close the session in next 5 minutes. Deshpande Saab and Goyal Saab. I just want to ask you a question that we have reached a level wherein now we are all one family. We help each other for procurement needs in terms of providing best practices, providing supply contacts, giving them options of the product. But what next? What do you think is the next step for HPMF? What should we do, or what is planned for next 2 or 3 years? Over to you, Deshpande sir.
See, I'm thinking, because see, our objective is to help purchase managers. So what I'm thinking, we must have our insurance policy, group insurance policy for our our purchase managers, so we can help them. So during the pandemic, we lost so many purchase managers. So at least if there is any difficult time, our forum can help their family. That is most important, and we should still increase some knowledge and training for purchase managers.
Goyal sir?
Yeah, so I call it 4 pillars. My favorite. One is, of course, we have a global vision. So we have reached in Southeast Asia like Nepal, Bangladesh, or Sri Lanka, or Middle East, right? So we have done some bit of groundwork. So we have to expand on that. How to go global in a big way. Second and most important thing on which we started was education and training. A lot of work has been done on solid foundation work has been done. We have to build a structure on that, or build up processes on that. And third, as Deshpande ji sab also said, is that some socially relevant work we need to do. So though we don't have an idea right now that we create HPMF Foundation or not, but definitely at some point in time, though in bits and pieces, and Nitin said we have done some work in floods here and there, or during COVID time, we tried to help people, family with ration and things like that. But something on a more sustainable basis, socially relevant work we need to do. And last point and most important thing is technology is going to play a very important role. So my wish and dream is to HPMF to have an app and a website where press of a button we can have the information coming in. And I think Nitin has already spoken to Aajjo team. So you are the people who are going to be helping us in that vision, and we count on your support. Nitin can add to that. These are the 4 points, Nitin, which I have in my mind.
Sir, you raise a absolutely brilliant point. I have got 2 questions for you for this last question. If you can elaborate on HPMF Hope, which was created last year, in 2020. If you can tell us what was it all about and how did it work?
Okay. So, last year when the lockdown was announced around 23rd of March, and we were worried about job loss and all that, but we were not hoping that it will happen that fast. By the time we reach in first week of April, we could sense people losing job. People are asked to sit at home. People have been already told salary won't come, things like that. So everybody, all of us were very disturbed about job loss. Then Nitin came up with this idea that let us create a core team who could gather the data of the people losing job. And we made a very quickly a team under the banner Hope, where all the best people of our team, Rajesh Nair was leading that initiative from Cochin chapter. He's our, he's heart of HPMF. He's the heart of the purest soul we have in HPMF. So Rajesh led this initiative, Hope, and during that time, more than anything else, financial help, what was important was to engage with people who are losing job. उनको moral support देना, उनके साथ खड़ा होना. तो हमने बहुत सारे वर्कशॉप्स कराए, हैप्पीनेस का वर्कशॉप कराया, हमने इंटरव्यू कैसे दिया जाए उसका वर्कशॉप कराया, रिज्यूमे कैसे अपग्रेड किया जाए उसका वर्कशॉप कराया. और कहीं पे हम लोगों ने जहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस फैमिलीज थी उनके घर तक राशन पहुंचाने का भी बंदोबस्त कराया. उसमें मेट्रो कैश एंड कैरी ने काफी हेल्प किया था हमारे को, प्रशांत ने. सो होप वाज आई थिंक वेरी क्लोज टू आवर हार्ट. इनिशिएटिव went on for exactly about 9 months to 1 year, where we used to meet weekly or monthly and used to have role defined. We had created a data bank of HR people. We had created a data bank of consultants which can be shared with people. A lot of people got the jobs through this initiative. A lot of people could get financial assistance. All of us contributed some bit of it, So hope was, I think, the most precious and most close to the heart initiative, Nitin, to my mind.
Yes, I agree with you. Yeah. And I could see that emotional connect, sir. Though you gave that credit to me that the idea came from it was your idea which we implemented, sir. And I'm thankful to you for coming up with so many good things for the industry. In fact, Deshpande sir, today, as we are all considered as respectable human beings because our values are intact, our upbringing is good, wherein all of us respect not just each other but our owners. We have worked absolutely diligently, honestly, with a lot of integrity, and hence that has also got into our life because this is what we breathe, this is what we feel that the industry should do. So you immediately lose respect when you do something not so good, and you cannot even approach others for support. So my next question now, again to Deshpande Sahab and Goyal Sahab, is we still have about 9 odd minutes. That what do you think about these conventions which we do? We are known for organizing conventions. We create good events. In fact, we get a lot of respect. In fact, many of us call us to check how and where are you doing the next convention. So if you can elaborate on it, obviously I'll add a little bit to it. But then, what is the objective of this convention, and why do we do it in different places?
This we are doing only because of give the knowledge to our procurement people. They can meet suppliers and they can get an entire idea about the product. See, when we are negotiating the material or any item, you must know what product is, how it is manufactured. And all our sponsors are giving the entire information, how this product is been, how it made, what are the raw materials which is required, so how much it should be cost, and it is really great training to them to develop their skill for the negotiations. And also we exchange a lot of thoughts, ideas. We have good speakers also who gives a more and best input during our convention, which I like very much.
Well, sir?
Yeah, so Deshpande ji said rightly. So foundation of HPMF was for the basis of knowledge sharing and information sharing. So it has become a great platform for knowledge sharing about the product, about the vendors, about the market, right? But over and above, the way we Nitin scaled it up, the canvas became so big, right from Bhubaneswar, I recollect. So Bhubaneswar made it really big. So I think from that time onwards, it has also become a very important branding activity for us. We have become larger than life in terms of people see in a very big way. When they think of HPMF, they think something very big. So it started with knowledge. It started with product knowledge, networking opportunity. People come and stay together. So it brings family culture with buyers and sellers. As Deshpande ji said earlier, it has reduced the gap between buyer and seller. Most important thing, it has it is a kind of a nice kind of a marriage between knowledge and fun. So we do a lot of fun also. The before and after the event, there's a lot of fun around culture, around food, around some playful activity or something. So I think it's a nice get together which happens. It's like I would say in a small way, it's like a big fat Indian wedding. It happens there.
Anjalila Bansali.
There's tarka of culture. There is a knowledge. There is a bhashan. There's a speech, and then there are rituals alongside. That's from my side.
Yeah, brilliant. So, for everybody else's knowledge, so our objective is to share the information about the place where the city where the convention is normally held. We talk about the culture, food, history, legends, stories. We tell about why it's important, and take a group of almost 400 people to those cities. It's a nightmare of logistics, but then it's a wonderful feeling at the end of the day when we complete the convention and when people go happy. It's a great feeling, and all of us get a lot of blessing out of it, a lot of joy. We feel good, we feel connected. So this year, last year, we lost Lotwada Saab, one of the closest advisory board member and a family member. And it was a very sad thing. Today, when I look back, in fact, I stopped traveling to Jaipur. I just went in once after his death to celebrate his birthday. We did a small event at his house, but then it's become such a uh, such I would say an activity wherein I would have met him at least once in 2 or 3 months. Visited Jaipur. I used to do at least 3 months. I would travel to his home, but since last 1 year, it's not happening. So it's sad that people come into our lives and then they make so much of impact on us. And this and go and Lodwada Sahab had a special place in HPMF's mind. There would not be anybody who would be able to meet his standards, the way he used to talk, his personality, and the world will miss him. So I want to take his name on purpose, so then everybody knows that he is still part of HPMF. I'm sure wherever he is, he's blessing us. So today, I want to thank Goyal Saab and Deshpande Saab and everybody else who's connected. There are hundreds of people who provide inputs, who to give us ideas on what can we do better. So there are many projects which are lined up, and the closest project to our heart is the education project, wherein soon we will start the education wing of HPMF, and we will have tie-ups with several organizations. So basic work is already done. Goyal Saab is again the main idea generator, and he's the one, along with many of the senior advisory board members and senior members of HPMF, are implementing it. They're too early to talk, but there will be something coming in for all who belong to the hospitality procurement, or students who would want to get into hospitality procurement field. This field used to be one of the departments, but today people aspire to be working in this department, and definitely the credit goes to Deshpande Saab and Goyal Saab, who have added so much of value to the lives of people. I also want to thank our supply partners who not just keep on providing us solutions, giving us products, giving us ideas, and also giving us that edge to reduce the cost, bring in better products, and also take us to the international level. One day, I want India to be the marketplace. Today, we buy in from different other countries, but there will be a time wherein these supply partners are the ones who will be able to help us to create a niche for the country. Today, yes, we have many products, but then we lack many, I would say, finishing of the product, or maybe we still have a lot to catch in, if we can compare ourselves to the industry, to the international product. So Goyal Saab and Deshpande Saab, any last thoughts or any words of wisdom for the people who are attending? This is a recorded version which we will celebrate and circulate to people at large as well. So anything which you would like to say to close this event? Deshpande Saab, over to you.
We must give maximum educations to our industry people, and let's HPMF grow as much as still I am 100 years old. I am ready to give my entire support to HPMF.
Thank you, sir. And we look forward to for you to be 100 years old. We will celebrate that soon.
Thank you.
Thanks. Goyal Saab.
Yeah, I would like to end this session with a message for the fraternity at large, which is buyers as well as the sellers, that we set the highest standards of work ethics, values, and highest standards of integrity and honesty in our work culture. The way we interact people, there has to be absolutely transparent way of dealing with our vendor partners, dealing with each other, and there has to be very high level of code of conduct in terms of people dealing, because that's very important. Today, three of us are standing here and talking to each other with high because of the our belief and in honesty and integrity. And I would like to give this message through this platform of Aajjo, is that all of us together with our vendor partners, we follow very high standards of work ethics, culture, and values, and set example for honesty and integrity. That's all from my side for the fraternity. Thank you.
So thank you, Deshpande Saab, and thank you,
you.
Goyal Saab. Thanks to the team from Aajjo for this beautiful initiative called World Hospitality Expo. We are looking forward to meet you all soon in physically. And over to you, presenter. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohan, Dr. Sanjay, and Dr. Nitin for this insightful session on history of HPMF and the roadmap ahead. We request all the purchase managers across the globe to please join HPMF and cherish the networking and the knowledge center it has been throughout its journey. Thank you so much, everyone, esteemed guests and the visitors, for joining us. It has been a great session. See you in the next session, which is on blockchain in supply chain. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.